the regions that we have visited.
The youth of the Central River region was also presented with a vehicle to help in their transportation, especially to the ministry's SAPO project. As part of the tour, the Minister of Youth and Sports launched the local organizing committee of the NACOV 2014, a move initiated to help in the proper planning of NACOV. The event also witnessed several residents of the Lower River region all pledging to support the local organizing committee, assuring the officials that LRR NACOV shall be the best. The tour provided the Ministry of Youth and Sports realities of how young people are working within the regions, the conditions of their offices and residents, as well as provide them ideas on how to address the needs of the young people. Rahibite, Grts News.
Gambia Indigenous Livestock Multipliers Association, a body set up in 2009, strives towards increasing improved livestock breeds such as Dindama. But in its quest for such, Gilma had to contend with so many challenges requiring an institutional revitalization engagement. Modu Bajan of our newsroom was at the participatory institutional diagnosis of Gilma, done in collaboration with other stakeholders at Baobab Resort, and he now reports.
Improve the aggregate community, the Ministry of Agriculture recently held a 4-day farmer field school at the Genoa Agricultural Rural Farmer Training Center. This training, aimed at providing farmers with knowledge and skills through practice, is one of that the ministry is hoping to excel, wherein the farmer trained will make good use of the knowledge gained and pass it on to others. The Deputy Permanent Secretary for Finance and Administration at the Ministry of Agriculture, Srifo Bojang, assured women farmers of his ministry's continuous commitment to ensuring the advancement of Gambian agriculture. Speaking at the event, Ami Fabure Damfa, who was doubling as training coordinator and Deputy Director of the Horticultural Technical Services of the Department of Agriculture, revealed that the training was in partial fulfillment of a memorandum of understanding signed between the Food and Agriculture Sector Development Project, FASDEP, and the Department of Agriculture on the capacitization of FASDEP beneficiary communities on improved crop production practices for enhanced household food and income security. Presenting a brief overview of the project, the director of FASDEP for funding, S. Fatajo, noted that FASDEP will be supporting several activities including horticulture, livestock improvement, fish farming, tidal rice irrigation, and the construction of markets, among others. The governor of Lower River Region, Saliu Pui, commended FASDEP for attempts it is making towards the successful implementation of its programs. This, he said, is being demonstrated by the projects they have been executing. Governor Pui urged the participants to make good use of the knowledge gained and assured the projects of his office unflinching support. Capacity building is said to be integral in any meaningful development, a primary reason why such training can significantly help in the development of the country. Rahibite, Grts News.
We apologize for bringing you the wrong report on that story. Poor transport infrastructure and difficulties encountered at the Basewuli crossing point featured prominently during a tour of health facilities in provincial Gambia by lawmakers. Babakar Kamara went with the tour party, and he now reports.
An ensuing moment of provincial activities taking toll along the river bank of Basse for a journey instituted by the Health Select Committee of the National Assembly.
Road network is also a constraint, because if you go to places like the Sabasanjal area, you go to places like the Woolies, the Sandus and the Cantoras, really you will be convinced that road network is really a big constraint as far as health is concerned, because if you realize how the pain that pregnant mothers or mothers in labor go through, and then they go through those roads to health facilities, is really a cause of concern.
Bajakunda is a very big village, I would tell you. It has a large population. And then, as you are seeing, most of these buildings you are seeing here is built by the Bajakunda citizens in Europe.
The woolly leg of their tour enables visits to the Bajakunda, Diabugo and Yorobal health centers before later visiting Fatoto and Garawal. An impeccable finding of their tour as earlier experienced by the then Health Minister's tour to provincial Gambia, has brought to bear poor road network with increasing ferry crossing problems for health personnel at the far-flung ends of provincial Gambia.
Under same referral, if you arrive at the riverside at the in Basin, especially late at night, it's always very difficult for you to cross because the ferry doesn't operate at night. They normally cross at 7 p.m. And then when you arrive there late, let me say around 12 o'clock onwards towards 5 a.m., you have to go around search for these boat owners and then for them to help you evacuate the person. And in the process, it will take you like 1 or 2 hours. And then in some instances, whereas the condition of the person is critical, you may lose him or her, which have happened in several incidences.
As philanthropic health structures continues to gain momentum in rural Gambia, with constant fortification from government, deputies hope to minimize major health impediments confront the health delivery system.
We are trying as a country, but we still need a lot more. That is why Babukar is really very, very necessary for the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare to be accorded, even if not the whole amount that they are required from the budget, but at least, close to it, because then we will be assured that they can definitely work towards attending the Vision 2020.
Babukar Kamara, GRTS.
The next Operation Clean the Nation is slated for tomorrow, Saturday, 1st March 2014. A news release from the National Environment Agency reminds all National Assembly members, governors, Sefolu, Alkalulu, ward councillors and government institutions of the presidential directive, urging them to organize and participate in the national cleanup exercise within their respective areas of responsibility. That announcement by the NEA takes us to our first commercial break.
Service is the Gambia's fastest and cheapest 4G fixed wireless internet. With QCell's 4G, you can access the internet at unbeatable speeds on your laptop or desktop computer. You can also use your mobile or tablet to browse the internet via Wi-Fi. QCell's 4G internet can keep you connected either in your home or in your office. For a limited time, get 50% off regular equipment and 100% off corporate equipment, as well as free installation and free QCell credit. For more information, call 333-3253 or 333-3104. QCell 4G Internet. Fast, affordable and reliable. QCell. Sunibus. The Gambia's quality network.
Concerned or increased in concern over the East-West war in Crimea has led the U.S. to warn Russia against any provocation. The situation, which has become deadly over the past few days, is expected to escalate, with Moscow warning that there will be dire consequences if Crimea continues its appointment of a new cabinet. Barbara Starr reports that the situation is delicate.
Chuck Hagel at NATO headquarters, suddenly the Cold Warrior.
I'm closely watching Russia's military exercises along the Ukrainian border.
Warning Moscow.
I expect Russia to be transparent about these activities, and I urge them not to take any steps that could be misinterpreted or lead to miscalculation during a very delicate time, a time of great tension.
March. So far, Russia has not moved significant forces off their bases near the Ukraine border. But by the weekend, the U.S. expects nearly 150,000 Russian troops conducting war games close to that border. If, and it's a big if, Russian President Vladimir Putin were to order his troops into Ukraine, they could move in so quickly, the U.S. might not know right away it's happening. One U.S. official telling CNN, our warning time is cut to 0. And that makes it impossible for last-minute U.S. diplomatic pressure. So it's a full-court press now to make sure Russia doesn't go back on its promise to respect Ukraine's sovereignty.
We believe that everybody now needs to step back and avoid any kind of provocations. And we want to see in the next days ahead, obviously, that the choices Russia makes conform to this affirmation.
The U.S. intelligence assessment, Putin is sending a message to the U.S. and Ukraine that his military still has the capability to invade if he orders it, and that he is not willing to lose.